Hello, and welcome back to Behind the Runway, where we talk about business strategies, branding, and partnerships. Today, Mom and I want to take a section of our model masterclass. In segment 2 of our model masterclass, we talk about social media and branding and the importance of that in your entrepreneurship career, in your modeling career. No matter what you do, it's really key to understand your own personal brand as well as building that forward into your social media if that's something that you want to be doing. And I want to share a really quick story. So when I was 18 years old, I moved to Milan to model, which was amazing. We love Italy, and it was really interesting because I had 5 other roommates that I was living with, working with, but I was the only one who was working consistently. And I was kind of looking around and wondering why. Like, why was I the only one who was getting the work and having work every single day? And what I realized was that I was showing up on time to my castings. I had great energy. I introduced myself with enthusiasm, and I really tried to leave a mark wherever I went in my castings, in my auditions. And the lesson that really taught me was that my personal brand is how I show up. Your personal brand is the energy you bring to any job, any meeting, any interaction you have. It's how you leave the person feeling. And Mom, I know that you can really talk on this because you've had a whole career branding yourself. So I'd love to hear from you also some of your tips about really that energy that is your personal brand.
Oh, absolutely. It's so important. And when I had my agency, I taught this as well. And it's about how the client feels at the end of the day, right? And how we leave people feeling. So for me, it's always been about if you're on time, you're late. That's number one. Always be early, do the lay of the land. And it's amazing what will happen. And we're talking specifically about modeling here, but this can really apply to anything. And always show up about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes early, not too early, not pain in the butt early, right? Where you're actually underfoot, but early enough so I can talk to the makeup artist, I can talk to the client, I can see what's going on, I can kind of get a feel and really just sort of relax into the day rather than rushing in and making people feel like, oh my gosh, that's just such negative energy. So coming in relaxed, making everyone around you feel comfortable. So always showing up early is absolutely a non-negotiable. And then even when you're tired, at the end of the day, whatever it is, when you're an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. You have to have that same energy. We call it level 10 energy. And even if it's 4 o'clock, the day's winding down, I really, really love to come in at that 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock time frame and leave with the same energy. So not really allowing myself to dip. At the end of the day, when I walk out and I get in the Uber, I get in my car, that's fine. But keeping that energy up through the day so that everyone around you feels it. And that's what they're going to remember. They're going to remember she's reliable, on time, great energy. And the important thing is, yes, get that job the first time, no matter what it is. But can you get it 10 more times? That's the key to really being successful and actually building a great business and scaling your business. Are you going to get that kind of feedback where you're hired over and over and over again? That's success.
And that level 10 energy that you're talking about, you kind of have to grow yourself into that energy, right? It doesn't always just happen. You don't just wake up with this like bouncing off the walls energy all the time. And we're not talking about energetic, like hyper. It's really about the energy you're giving to other people, the listening, the eye contact, and the professionalism that you're bringing to no matter what you do, whether you're growing a personal brand, whether you have a business, no matter what you're doing, we have to grow ourselves into the person that attracts those clients and that gives that kind of energy. And that's a practice every single day. So making sure you're always growing yourself, whether that's learning, whether that's meditation, whatever you have to do to tap into that higher kind of version of you to push your business, push your career forward, that's the work, right? That's all part of it. It's not just business work, but it's also personal work. So I hope this has been helpful for you today when you're talking about growing your business, growing your brand, and your personal brand. So thank you guys so much for listening in, and I'll see you next time on Behind the Runway.